Hello there, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, welcome to my weather show. This is where we take a look at the weather across New Zealand for the coming week. And it's going to be a quick little wintry blast. Heads up for this as Mother Nature opens the floodgates from the Southern Ocean. And for some of us, instead of it being October, it's going to feel more like July or August, believe it or not, with some snow to pretty low levels. This is the current satellite. You can see the ridge, warm air coming out of Australia. I always throw the streamlines on just to show you what is going on. And right now, this time of year, we've got the heat building over parts of northern Australia. Temperatures have already been into the 30s and 40s. At the same time, the Southern Ocean, this little buckle in the blinds here, that's an upper trough. Cold air meeting some warmth. That just creates a pretty intense zone of weather. It's a gradient, it's a boundary. And you can see the yellow, that is the higher clouds streaming in as cold air comes in. You get lift here. These little chunks here, these are the chunks of energy that will start to develop the low. We're of course sitting here. Leading edge bits of cloud, that's the main frontal boundary that will start churning its way towards us over the next 24 to 36 hours. Now this is the colours. I've talked about the contrast, but imagine higher up in the atmosphere, you've got that red there, that is something like minus 12 degrees, say at about 500 hectopascals. Down here, minus 30. So that is very cold air, cold, unstable. And when it's very cold aloft, that allows the cloud to bubble up and keep going up. Unstable, that also drags the colder air down, giving you snow to low levels. And in that zone there, the jet stream, 150 knots. So it's some pretty intense stuff to churn its way, and strong damaging winds too on this main frontal boundary. So the warmth, there's the cold. The blue line, that is our snow level, about 1,000 meters. So you set up Monday with the frontal boundary there, good warm nor'wester, strong to severe gales, typical places, Canterbury High Country, Cook Strait, and that zone of wet weather there. See the darker green there? That's it, piling rain, 50 to 100 millimeters or maybe more. Parts of Fiordland, Westland, and the snow line starts to drop. You go sou'wester through the end of the day to the far south. By the end of the day, could be as low as 700 or 800 meters, Fiordland, and also into the far south. That front tracks through. Notice the North Island, your day starts off okay Monday. It's Tuesday when we get into the meat and bones. Boom! The upper energy comes across, that deepens a low, and a new one forms there. That will wind up like the string around the lawnmower. Off it goes. That will then surge. Remember the blue line that was down here? That's now heading up towards the central plateau. That will kick our snow level down here, perhaps across the far south, as low as 500 to 600 meters as we run through Monday. So that, of course, is a wintry risk. And with the isobars tightening up, those are strong to severe, potentially damaging winds across some southern areas, 120, maybe 130. And you can imagine in the high country with some snow, that's going to be a pretty significant wind chill, sub-zero. So watch for that as you go through Monday. There's your main frontal boundary going through. Tuesday, of course, as I say, that is it churning away. Winding up, still got some wintry showers, probably by this time 600 to 700 meters over the South Island. The low winds up one little fling of sorts with a little sting in the tail to wrap through. Hey, we've got high pressure. And notice the blue line there. Going through Wednesday, it's going to be another cold, frosty start for areas. Thursday as well, cold, frosty. But the blue line, that then starts creeping across as we cut off that cold flow from the Southern Ocean. So Thursday, showers to some eastern areas after what is a cold and chilly start to the day. It will improve. You get to Friday, it's out the door. We're back to quieter weather. That's the rest day. Looking pretty good. Your blue line has gone east of the country. Then we start getting back into the return flow. Less cold air coming in. So a drier end to the week. The weekend, you're thinking already. Yeah, that's the next thing coming. And that'll have another surge of some wet weather. But this time, with a west to northwest flow. Rainfall for the week, you know what is coming? It's coming from that pretty good nor'wester. Where you see red, that's 50 to 100 millimeters across the west of the South Island. Where you see some yellow and that sort of tanny orange color, that's 20 to say 50, so the west coast. And further east as well, that second lump, that's the system next weekend. And by the time you get to sort of this time next weekend, look at the rainfall. In some places, some of the higher spots over the North Island and the West Coast, you could be in excess of 100 millimeters of rain. We're all getting a good dosing. Where you see the green in those spots, you're probably looking at sort of 10 to 20. So it's certainly going to be a wet one. It's going to be a wintry one to start. The typical case of spring. It's up and down like a roller coaster ride. That's the weather for now.